Jason, on that note, I think we're gonna knock out some of our classic Werewolf Radar segments here.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you're gonna join us for them.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Speaking of the Midnight Man, I know I said last week that I was going to continue talking about Japanese urban legends, but in looking for Japanese urban legends, I found an article from Babbel.com. That's right, the linguistics website.
I like it actually, but this is weird from them.
that tells us about the Boogeyman in every country.
Ain't that always how it goes? You start on the streets of Japan, you end up chasing a boogeyman across the world.
That is true. That is how this all will end. Okay. Number one, the Boogeyman. This is England, aka the Bogeyman.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask, where does the Boogeyman come from? Where does the Boogeyman originate?
England, apparently, but they call it the Bogeyman.
American by proxy.
The Boogeyman, the boogie space man, as the one who boogies, or boggy, or a bugbear, they sometimes call it.
What is it in Scottish?
I think that's probably ours. We probably came up with bugbear. Listen, we've got a good name for it.
Buggery bear.
Buggery bear. Run faster. Okay, a shadowy, amorphous ghost who hides in dark places in order to frighten unsuspecting victims. He's more of a nuisance than a danger, and his power is easily neutralized by bright light. His name probably originates from Middle English "bug," which means something frightening.
I mean, I watched the TikToks. We all watch the TikToks on there. The paranormal chat hashtags and whatnot are phenomenal for it.
Oh my god!
And,
did you see the one that I shared today?
I did.
Yes,
and that was is that.
But aside from that one,
real?
I don't.
Oh, dude, you're on TikTok.
But aside from that one, it seems like a lot of these ghosts are like Boogeymen, where like a lot of stuff's happening. You flicker on the light, everything stops.
Roaches, man.
Okay, they're the roaches of the paranormal ecosystem.
Number two, the Bokken Riders.
Oh, what?
From the Netherlands. Other known whereabouts, Belgium, Germany. The Bokken Riders, or Buck Riders, are ghost thieves who ride flying goats.
I love it.
Hold up.
My favorite boogeyman.
Ghost thieves
who
ride flying goats.
That's right, Jason.
The goats are alive.
They're stealing ghosts
Yeah.
on the goats.
Yes, these are thieving ghosts on Goatback. They were a legend created by actual bands of thieves in the 18th century to intimidate and terrorize local farming communities. And now, so like back in the day, the whoever was in charge of the fiefdom would be like, the Bokken Riders will come and steal your turnips if you don't give me some of them. And now we use it to frighten children into bed. Apparently, they'll come and take you away on their goat.
How times have changed.
Yeah. Holy moly. Okay.
If only we had something to scare children into bed today.
Number three, the Bootsman.
Let me guess. The Bootsman?
Yes. AKA Boots, aka Booman, aka Mummelman, aka Poppelman.
I was gonna say he was of more Eastern European descent, but then you did those voices, and now I'm not sure.
If you're trying to encounter the Bootsman, you would want to go asleep in a scary room in Germany, or potentially the Netherlands or Scandinavia. But if you're in the Netherlands, you're going to have some competition from the Bokken Riders.
They fight on corners. This child's dreams are mine. Get out of here.
You got the Bootsman is a faceless goblin or ghost shrouded in a cloak. He hides in dark corners under the bed or in the closet and attacks children who stay up past their bedtime. His name either comes from the Middle German Botzen, to make a racket, or Verbutzen, to conceal or disguise. Today, he's most famous for the silly children's song, Es tanzt ein Biber Boogymen. It dances the Biber Boogymen, which was originally about a poltergeist with rattling bones and a scythe.
Man, I love German comedy where it's just that essentially like, wouldn't it be silly if the Grim Reaper danced?
Yeah,
Could you imagine?
It's a medieval DJ set.
His bones all a clatter.
That's a half step away from David S. Pumpkins.
This is the originator of David S. Pumpkins. They found him in a wood. The David S. Pumpkins was like, it's like an It style character. They found him in a woodcut from like 14th century Germany, and now he's back, and he is the Boogymen.
They pulled him out. They resurrected him.
Exactly.
They found the right
Exactly.
spell.
They found that they made the incantation, and they pulled him out.
It was
Any questions?
It was that Vanga Boys self-titled record. That was the incantation.
The whole thing. Number 4, we're going to Spain to talk to the Sack Man,
España.
aka Hombre del Saco, Hombre del Costal, Homnem do Saco, El Roba Chicos. Now, I can tell you now, when I was a kid, we used to go and stay at my aunt's house, and she told us that if we didn't go to sleep, the rat bag man would come and take us and put us into his bag of rats, and then we would turn into rats. And that's how we went to sleep at that house.
Nice. That is awesome. That is fucking horrifically awesome.
Yeah. Night, night, kids.
Is that why your eyes look the way they do now?
Remember, if you hear something in the hall, it's probably the rat bag man. It's certainly not me. This is your last warning. These children, rat bag man. These children are no longer under my protection.
Takes a crucifix off the wall.
This isn't gonna help you, child.
You had your chance. Okay, the Sack Man. The Sack Man is you can find him throughout most of Southern Europe and Latin America. An ugly, gaunt man, Hombre del Saco, is said to kidnap naughty children in broad daylight and carry them away in a sack. Depending on regional variants, he either sells the children or eats them. In some cultures, a figure like Sackman works as St. Nicholas's evil sidekick.
Yeah, so does the Krampus. The Krampus is a sack man.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so funny. It's
Also,
so funny.
Freakazoid season 1. They have a sack man episode.
Whoa, really?
Candlejack.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he just takes those kids. He's gonna put them in a sack, but then he has too many kids, so he has to charter a bus. If it's a whole thing,
crazy. Wow, Freakazoid, fucking hell. Yeah, this one's so funny to me because it's literally just a guy. He's just a guy.
That's just his hobby.
He's just a guy with a bag, though. He's not a fucking faceless, shrouded specter.
See, that's what I assumed. I assume he had paranatural features that like glowing eyes, a sack that was magically deep.
Maybe, but it literally
sounds like he's just a filthy dude.
It sounds like he's just a guy with a bag,
but scary.
And
Hombre del Saco.
And I feel like it gets away with it because. Uh-oh.
Hey.
Hello.
This is my cousin Alejandro Claudius Rojas.
Hey.
What up?
Also known
Welcome
as
to the pod.
The open
Sack Man?
Not the Sack Man.
Oh god.
Look at I do look like an apparition if I move.
You understand the medium.
Alejandro, you ever been to Spain? What do you know about the Sack Man?
Have you ever heard of the Sack Man from Spain?
Apparently,
yeah.
Apparently, if you're in Spain, the Sack Man will come and either put you in a bag to sell you or eat you.
Wow, I hadn't heard of that one.
Yeah. Which it seems like who's he selling them to? I presume other Sack Men to eat.
Yeah. That's a
Or just back to the parents.
That wouldn't
Kind
wouldn't
of
be
like
so
an opening
bad.
scene at Ace Ventura, to where I stole this dog, and if you want him back, you can pay me money.
It's so
So,
funny.
I guess that's a typical kidnapping scheme.
Yeah, truly. This entire list is like a werewolf, a witch, a horrible bones man, a kidnapper.
Mhm. And despite our family's claims of being Spaniards,
Yeah.
we're much more culturally aligned to Mexico and the indigeneity.
Well, listen, I got to tell you, then you got to look out for
La Llorona.
Sackman. No, Sackman. It says he's in most of Latin
Oh, well,
America.
of course. Well, the Spaniards brought Sackman.
I think Spain brought the Sackman. Well, Sackman probably stowed away.
Yeah,
Oh,
have we
some of
checked
those
all of
ships.
the?
along
have
with
we-
everything.
You always got to check the hold
But
for
I kind of-
vampires.
I
We say
feel
this
like-
every time.
La Llorona could probably kick it.
Oh yeah, don't worry about it. La Llorona is on this list. Babel isn't going to let you down. Next up, the Baba Yaga, aka Baba Roga, aka Zlota Baba, Jezi Baba, Gorska Maika. This is from Russia, Slavic countries. You know the
With
Baba
love.
Yaga.
The
Absolutely.
Polish tale of it is so awesome.
Oh, let's hear that after I tell you
Yeah,
the
sure.
Babel version.
It's a whole myth.
A witch with a deep and powerful connection to the forest. She lives in a hut that stands on giant chicken legs, rides around in a flying mortar, and carries a giant pestle. Ambivalent toward humans, she is just as likely to help you as eat you. Baba translates to woman, while Yaga may derive from the Proto-Slavic word for serpent, yikes, which sounds similar to the Polish Jezda, witch, Serbo-Croatian Jeza, horror, and Old Church Slavonic Gisa, disease. Wow. All right. Well, what are they doing? What are they doing about the Baba Yaga in Poland, Roger?
Well, long story short, this king releases an ultimate demon while his queen is going to war.
Okay.
And to save the queen, he has to visit Baba Yaga, who's in control of the most powerful horses in all of the land.
Oh, okay.
And in her abode, she has 6 heads on a pike, with the 7th pike with no head. And she's thinking, I get myself a head.
Sure.
And so
So
she
to
sends
complete
him on
the
this
quest.
impossible quest, but he has the help of special sorcerers.
Sure.
And then
This is rad.
he defeats her, and she turns into the Baba Yaga we all know, angry for vengeance over this original sin.
Cool.
And then he kills, I forgot the name, but it's like Kiev the Unkillable or something.
Oh, Koshi the Deathless.
Yeah, Koshi the Deathless. That's
Yeah.
the legend of Koshi the Deathless that
Oh,
Baba
cool.
Yaga's a big part of. Anyway,
Dang.
learn some Polish stories. They're
I
fun.
mean, that sounds dope as hell. That all sounds like some Witcher ass shit. Okay, number 6. Okay, this is, I don't know how to say this. Here we go. Ha'awu auha. Ha'awu auha. This is from Algeria. A monster truly terrifying. The Ha'awuha Uha is described as having a body composed of different animal parts and eyes that are blobs of flaming spit.
I don't want to conceive that in my mind's eye.
To top it off, his coat is made from the clothes of the many children it has eaten. Very cool.
Okay.
So,
Like the flesh. Like
no. The coats, like literally, it has a jacket made of like children's clothes stitched together.
oh, it's not as scary.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it's still pretty scary.
I
So
wouldn't
yeah,
want that coming at me on the street.
it's kind of a parrot-headed, goat-legged, bare-armed, coat-wearing monstrosity that eats children. It's the Boogeyman.
It sounds like Wilbur Wheatley from the Lovecraft stories. a very bestial man.
Yeah. Crazy. Okay, number 7, we're going to South Africa to talk about the Tokolosh. Water sprites who do the bidding of evil wizards. They can become invisible by drinking water and cause all sorts of mischief. You can protect yourself from them whilst you sleep by placing a brick beneath each leg of your bed. but
Nice.
banishing them for good will require the help of a witch doctor. I thought they were going to give us a little more information about that brick thing, but they never really do.
Nah, just
We-
bricks.
We've got an article on it on Tokolosh on the Crypto Science Society blog.
Oh, nice. Yeah, the Tokolosh is a fave.
Mhm.
I think you can hit that up on our website, werewolfradar.com. Go to the alliances page. It should link to that page.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Next up, we're going to Nepal to talk about the Guru Mappa. The Guru Mappa is a man-eating giant with large protruding fangs. Although he loves the taste of children, he can be reasoned with, and today enjoys an annual tribute feast in exchange for not eating local kids.
It makes it sound like head in his mouth popped him right before he bit down.
Wait! Just everybody calm down for a second.
What if instead you got like a pile of hamburgers?
We've got ice cream.
Go on.
With cheese.
No, we don't have cheese. Okay, cheese, I guess. Okay, Guru Mappa can be reasoned with. Next up, Wiwi Gombel from Indonesia. This is the vengeful spirit of a woman whose broken heart drove her to suicide. Unlike the usual boogeymen, the Wewe Gombel kidnaps children in order to save them from bad parents. She lovingly cares for them in her nest atop a palm tree, refusing to return them until their parents repent for their abusive or neglectful ways.
Yeah, but she's just killing them when she pushes them out, trying to make them fly. You can't do that to humans. They're not birds.
And she's definitely scary. She's like she's kind of an ogroid. She's got long hair, and like she kind of shields the kid under the hair, and it doesn't look like it's a fun situation for the kid. The kid has a frown on his face. I'll say
That's just propaganda. The kids really turn it upside down.
All right, some of these I'm not sure how these got in here, but we're gonna move on to.
This has been a real bell curve of terror,
right?
Like, I feel like the bag man might have been the tip of that thing.
That's the bagman is somebody's nephew who got onto this list, just like apropos of nothing. Okay, next up, we're going to Japan to talk about the Namahage. These ogres go from door to door on New Year's Eve looking for children who've misbehaved that year. They are more than happy to unburden parents by taking away children who are lazy, insolent, or simply cry too much.
They won't even take your money. They'll do it for free. They're like, give me the kid.
Their name comes from their famous refrain, Namoniko Hagetakayo, meaning blisters healed yet? Meant to insult people who lazily sit by the fire all day.
What a sassy gentleman.
The bummer part is like, yeah, he could use this on me. I'd be like, hey, fuck you, man. I'm a creative.
Well, now you'll be coding in the basement of Sony.
In the basement of Sony for the Namahage. That's where he takes you. He gets $20 a kid. And this is the one that made me go, how is this on the list? Number 11, the Jersey Devil.
That's probably a boogie.
Kind of a lackluster one altogether on this list.
It's not really boogieing anyone, right? Like
No,
you gotta
not really.
like you gotta go looking for the Jersey Devil. He's not gonna show up in your closet.
I mean, do people in Jersey scare their kids with the devil?
That's a good question. Jersey folks, did your
Hit us up.
mom's mean friend say if you guys don't go to sleep, the Jersey Devil will come and take you away? Hit us
Or
up.
they just say, if you don't go to sleep right now, I'm going to call Fat Steve over here from next door, and he's going to give you once more.
He'll put you through the fucking roof, you little assholes.
I like to believe that parents are leaving their kids in the Pine Barrens to punish them.
No,
They pick them up in the morning. It's just like a little,
They're
you know,
just
a
different
snipe
now.
hunt thing.
Yeah, it's an overnight camp.
sure. All of
Yeah,
the
from what I know, my girlfriend's family, like her mom's side, comes from New Jersey, and her best friend used to talk about that's just something fun to do, is to Weird New Jersey, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, the books. They
Yes!
do it. Like that's
Fuck
what
yeah!
you do in a night. Like, let's just what are
That's
you doing
incredible.
tonight? Let's just go do Weird New Jersey.
We're gonna do a weird New Jersey. I love it.
Yeah, let's do weird Jersey. You know? So it's fun to them.
I mean, it's fun. I think it's
That's
fun
a good
to-
time.
It's fun to us.
Sounds fun to me.
I also
weird.
I also love the idea of that being a punishment for kids. Like, you want to end up in weird Jersey?
Weird Jersey's just Long Island.
That's where the Jersey Devil takes all the kids. Okay, aka the Leeds Devil, a dragon-like creature with a strange amalgam of animal parts and a blood-curdling scream. According to legend, the Boogeyman was the 13th child of the terribly unlucky Mother Leeds. We all know this. Ever since, it has been terrorizing those foolhardy enough to venture into the Pine Barrens at night. Not much of a Boogeyman, but it's on the list. And number 12, from Mexico, you know her, you love her, La Llorona. This Boogeyman is actually the ghost of a woman who drowned her child in order to be with a man who ultimately spurned her. Destitute, she drowned herself, but she's barred from entering heaven until she finds her children. At night, she wanders along the riverbanks looking for them, crying, "Ay, mis hijos," oh, my children, and snatching any child she mistakes for her own. Like the Irish banshee, hearing the cry is considered a death omen. Her name is derived from the Spanish llorar, to weep. Crazy.
Yeah. Can get pretty deep. There's that deep dive on that.
Truly.
La
La Llorona is one of the most, it feels so fictional. It feels like a true fairy tale, but the sightings are hundreds.
There was, and we reported on it, a fucking real sighting.
We saw a video
with the picture and the video.
Yeah. People encounter La Llorona or something screaming by a river
in a white like robish womanly figure. Like, it
Truly
happens so much, and
some
this
of
is the first time it's been captured on video.
One of my favorite paranormal podcasts is called Monsters Among Us. Love Monsters Among Us. It's a call-in show, not call-in obviously, but people call in, tell their stories, and then he records them and tells them to us. And some of the most harrowing and believable ones are the people who believe that they encountered La Llorona. There was this woman talking about like the scream and like describing it, and it's giving me goosebumps right now. Monsters Among Us.
Pretty much,
ass.
dude. Every Chicana, Latinx like person has either has a first date encounter or a secondhand encounter, like somebody's brother or cousin or something. I just
remembered the one that scared the hell out of me, and I'm going to tell you guys because I already told you to listen to Monsters Among Us. I think it's on the most recent episode because we were talking about ghost stories from the reservation. That's what reminded me. This guy, he says that they were staying in his house. They lived on the reservation near the river. I think it was the Animas. And he said that all of his friends, it was New Year's Eve, and all of his friends went into the house, and he was like, but I was still out there, I was young, I was kicking it at the night, and he heard something walking behind the house, and he was like, oh, it's probably a coyote. And sure enough, a couple of seconds later, he hears the coyote start, and it like sounds like it's coming from right behind the house, and then he's like, it changed. And it turned into the sound of a woman openly weeping, like sobbing, taking breaths, crying and screaming. And he heard it speak. And
coyote moms get sad too.
And he went back inside, and he was terrified. And he specifically brought up, because in Native American traditions, a lot of the time, coyote is the trickster. And he was like, did I encounter La Llorona, or did coyote pull a prank on me on New Year's Eve? Which, if so, pretty funny, coyote.
Good prank.
Pretty good one, coyote. That's why you're trickster god number one.
Yeah, that's how you get that trickster god title. Okay, we're getting out to Belize. I have two more for you. No, I have three more. Okay. We're getting out to Belize to talk about Tata Duende. We know the Duende. Duende is a little goblin from South America, a small bearded goblin with no thumbs and backwards feet, who is said to be the guardian of the forest and animals. Parents warn their children that if they stay outside after dark or wander into the jungle, Tata Duende will take them. His name translates to Papa Goblin, which is also my SoundCloud name.
It sounds like they have a version of the Smurfs that is featuring just goblins, and that is the patriarch of that community, Papa Goblin.
It's how's it spelled, Jordan? Is Tata?
Tata.
Yeah. So that's like grandpa.
Oh, okay. So like Grandpa Goblin.
Like
That's even
Nana
better.
Nana and Tata. Right?
Okay.
It's like
I like
less
it. I like it.
formal, right? Yeah.
Sure.
So it's Grandpa Goblin.
What do you call your grandpa,
Okay.
though? Well, my grandpa's a goblin, so it all works out.
That one.
Tata Duende. There's also the backwards feet thing shows up a lot, and I don't know if this is the case with the Duende, but also, okay, so let me collect my thoughts really quick. So the backwards foot thing, you can't follow him, right? Because it looks like he's going that way when he's going this way. La Llorona, I've heard the cries, if it's loud, she's far away, and if it's quiet, she's right behind you.
Yeah.
And I
it's a
think,
pretty common Fae feature.
yeah, I think that's the same thing of the Duende. I think
Doppler displacement.
yes, exactly. Hell yeah, that's
I've been doing this too long.
it's very good. That's exactly the price. Okay, next we're going out to Haiti for Metminui. This one's very scary.
Some Haitian.
Yeah, Haitians don't fuck around. And their
voodoo.
demons and ghosts don't either.
This Haitian boogeyman is described as a man with incredibly long legs who walks around towns at midnight to catch and eat anyone who's still outside.
See? They're not fucking around.
His name is a contraction of French maître and minuit, which means master midnight. He's a guy with exceptionally long legs and arms who has a skull face.
Yeah, he was sounding like a Baron Samedi type character.
Yeah.
Wasn't he John Constantine's mentor?
Oh my god, you're right.
Papa Midnight.
Holy shit, Papa Midnight, you're right. Hell yeah. Number 15, the cuca from Brazil. So you might have heard people refer to the cucuy or a coca, which just kind of a catch-all for boogeyman. But if you go into Brazil, you will hear a famous Brazilian lullaby warns children to go to sleep, or else a cuca, a crocodile woman, will get them. She is a variation on the Portuguese coca. So if you go to Brazil, the cuca has a crocodile face and kind of a cool Dracula cloak, according to the picture. I will drop this in our listen along so y'all can check it out, even though we're not exactly listening along. But that does it for my segment that I'm calling Pass Me the Silver-Plated Garlic-Tipped Crucifix Bullets, and I'm going to fire into the darkness because I heard something.
Brought to you by Monstrocco.
Brought to you by Monstrocco. What the fuck? Okay. Do we have more that we want to share with the people, or does that do
We're
it?
at an hour there.
I think we're just about in an hour.
All right. I think that about does it for this guest-laden episode of Werewolf Radar. Jason, thank you so much for joining us.
So yes.
Where can people find you all over the place?
People can find me at which is easiest place. Go to Crypto Science Society at Google Crypto Science Society, not cryptocurrency.
Boy, that whole cryptocurrency thing has really made it hard for us Bigfoot enthusiasts.
Paracryptology.
Yeah.
Paracryptology.
Paracryptologists.
Oh no, I just did a what do you call that thing? A link tree.
Oh, dope.
Nice. All right.
Link tree. We're on Instagram. We're on all of the socials.
Hell yeah.
And also, of course, the International UFO Congress.
Definitely get out to the International UFO Congress. It's online. You can do it. When's the first day? September?
So the film festival is the 7th, and then the conference goes from the 8th all the way through the 12th. My big day, I'm going to be moderating some of those sessions with Avi Loeb and the Navajo Rangers on
Cool.
9/11.
Heard of it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I feel like there's some. It seems like it should be. It's an
Rings a
important
bell.
day. It's an important day, right?
Yeah. Never forget.
9/11.
I think it's Ringo Starr's birthday. Or
That's
something.
it.
Yeah.
Listen,
yeah.
I refuse to forget my grandma's birthday. All right?
Good.
Stop
Good.
reminding me.
Your grandma's Rainbow
Right.
Star?
Bring your grandma to the Congress.
I think I
What-
might.
What do you
And-
get someone who's lived a full life? Experiences, Roger.
Right.
Give them the key to the beyond.
That's right. Right. She might
Exactly.
just- and she'll just be like, "Oh, I know.
I knew about all
I know all
this.
that.
I've been
Like,
telling
let
you
me-
for
let me
years.
Talk to you. Yeah. And so yeah, dude, check it out. Keep looking up.
Keep
questioning.
looking up. Absolutely. Thoroughly agreed. I think that does it for another episode of Werewolf Radar. Big shout out to Chuck from Snappy Little Numbers for a sweet intro and outro song. Please follow us on Twitter. Please follow us on Instagram. Roger's making amazing memes. We have a Patreon. You can join it
Yeah.
if you want to hear the bonus content and receive weird gifts from us from time to time. It's not weird. They're interesting and cool. And
They're
you want to
fun
put them on your
stickers. They're
your
fun mugs. They're
mantelpiece.
fun
Yeah.
shirts maybe
I
soon.
said it like it was going to be
It's
a
like
thumb in
having
a jar.
cat, like having a spirit cat that brings
Yes.
you
Exactly.
leaves
The
gifts
moment-
on your door. You never will.
The moment our distributor or merchandise distributor allows us to send people fingers in jars,
Dead birds.
we can't do it.
Witch bottles.
With our
Which
signature
please,
and
Roger,
hair.
which bottles?
Werewolf Radar branded witch bottles.
Exactly. Until next time, Jason, if you would join us in our super secret sign-off line. Punch,
Punch
the sky, Spaceman Joe!